what's your team structure like? I'll tell you a mistake a lot of people make when they raise money. They employ a lot of people. I've become very slow at employment. Cash reserves are a very interesting conversation. So cash reserves come back to what we've just talked about. That whole EBIT versus growth. I'm scared of a business that has to grow, that has to have cash reserves. Because are you then growing at the right pace? Are you... So, and that's why I'll tell you, Richard, I've seen a very fundamental difference in American money versus European money in terms of investment versus African money.
Yep.
Yeah. And then what
African demand cash reserves.
Yes. Yes. Africans demand cash reserves. How much money do you have in the bank? Which is good. You need to know that, because there are things you have to calculate when you're looking at your business. You have to understand what your cash burn ratio is, right? How much cash am I burning? When am I going to run out of money? So if I'm going to have a Series A by December 2022, do I have enough cash that the business is generating to keep the lights on until that time? Secondly, also when you have cash burn and an investor smells desperation, is also not a good thing. So sometimes you need to approach an investor not when money is finished, when you still have some surplus. And the conversations are very different.
So I love what you're saying there, and I think that's worth repeating. The desperation from an entrepreneur when there's cash burn and lack of reserves, how you approach the investor is very different from when you've got when you're not in a desperate stage.
Your disposition when you're desperate is different from your disposition when you can hold on for a year. And most of these guys can smell it. Put all the smiles you want, they can smell it, they can sniff it. In fact, some of them are called sniffers. They can sniff that desperation, and that means they can get you to dilute a lot more than you need to. So, and to preserve cash burn, you may have to make tough decisions. You may have to make decisions about layoffs. You may have to make decisions about, so what's your team structure like? I'll tell you a mistake a lot of people make when they raise money. They employ a lot of people. I've become very slow at employment. Very slow. I mean, I've refused anymore to have this, I'm not the savior of the world. And I just want to say that in the most polite way I can. I'm not looking for any award of the largest employer of the globe, award, because sometimes entrepreneurs have to differentiate between their charity preferences and running a business. And you can't employ everybody. You just can't. And so
are these lessons that you're currently building a different business right now? Is this lessons that your previous business taught you? Did you take that approach with the previous business?
I appreciate everybody that I've been able to help and build and grow, but I also realize younger people have a temptation. Every time there's a problem, sometimes people want to fill that problem with that person. And you might want to hire smarter than hire faster. Because and even styles of hiring. Is this person really worth their salt? Why start them off on a permanent contract? Kenya is not friendly to employers. I'm telling you, when you hire someone, and a lot of countries in Africa, right? In America, I'm allowed to fire at will. But you try that stuff here, you'll find yourself in all manners of tribunals. In South Africa, you can hardly fire a house help. So before I give you permanent contracts, what are my legal options? So I'm dealing with cash burn.
Yep.
So I have to start thinking about if I'm going to do a Series A and I'm at pre-series, what caliber of people do I have? Now, you have a dilemma in your hands. The type of people you need to do a good Series A are really